Welcome to this week's episode of Connections in Cowlitz, your favorite local podcast that is sponsored by Serve Pro of Longview Kelso and the Mattress Superstore. I'm Katie Keaton, Southwest Washington Realtor.
And I'm Gabby Graves, your hometown lender.
And today is a special Christmas episode. If you can't tell, we are crowning the Kris Kringle of Cowlitz County. Thank you so much to all of our Santas for being here. We have some special...
Merry Christmas.
Yes, very Merry Christmas to all of you. We do have some special judges with us that we'll be introducing later, and they will be judging our Santas on general jolliness, overall Santa appearance, most convincing Kris Kringle, holiday resume, and their best ho ho ho. So to start out, why don't we hear some Santa Claus resumes? Do we want to start with Santa number one?
Yes, Santa number one. Let us hear your Santa resume.
So I've been Santa for about 15 years now in Cowlitz County. I do work parties, home parties, jingle all the way. We did the drive-through Christmas parade during COVID. And then on Christmas Eve, I deliver presents all over the world.
Oh, yes, the biggest job of all.
Perfect.
Santa number two.
Okay, Santa number two.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. I've been doing Santa for 45 years. I started when my daughter was when she was 2, I started being Santa. And because the Santa that they had was kind of icky, I didn't want to put my daughter on his lap, so I started being Santa. I've been Santa ever since, and so there's a lot of people out there that have sat on my lap, probably thousands. And I do the parade. I've done lots of home parties, lots of restaurants. You know, I've done the Jingle Bell Run. I've done, well, just so numerous, and they've always wanted me to do the malls, and I just can't do the malls. They keep you for 8-10 hours a day, and I want to be here in my community doing Santa for the people that I love, and I just love this community, and I hope I get a few more years in, so thank you.
Yes. And Santa number three.
Oh, Merry Christmas. I have been doing Santa Claus for 8 years. It started out, I grew my actual first beard, and my sister asked me to do Santa Claus for her grandchildren. From that point, it grew. I started doing the schools where my daughter worked, and then I happened to walk into Ashtown one day, and Jarrett and Kelly, they met me, and I've been doing Ashtown for the last 7 years. I do the hospital. We do the walk around on every floor. I've done the Christmas tree for I'm trying to think of the name of the group. They do the Christmas tree festival every year.
Junior League.
Junior League.
Junior League does a festival of trees each year. Yes, we love them.
I do a lot of just local events. I've done the yogurts, the yogurt place here in town.
Ooh, Sweet Spot.
That was a very good one because I get a lot of candy canes away there. I do personal ones, private ones, pretty much anywhere people ask me to go. But I just have fun with it, and I know these other guys just have a great time with it too.
Yeah.
If you love children, Santa Claus is a place to be.
Yes.
3 very beloved local Cowlitz County Santas, as you can tell. Very big in our community. And thank you to our local sponsors. A quick question for our Santas. If your sleigh was to catch fire, who would you call?
Serve Pro of Longview Kelso.
And if you are looking for the most comfortable night's sleep, where are you getting your mattress?
Mattress Superstore.
We would now like to welcome our esteemed panel of judges. Kevin, please introduce yourself and let us know, have you had a sneak peek of Santa when you were a kid?
I'm Kevin with Bicoastal Media and a past guest on this very podcast, and I feel like this question is a little particularly suited to me because you think I'm the devious child, but I was a saint, all right? But I have, and I was about 7 years old, climbed under a little chair, and found out that Santa comes a lot later than I can stay awake. So just woke up under a chair.
That was that Santa magic. He put you to sleep before he came down the chimney. Our next guest is another previous guest on the podcast. Kimmy, could you please introduce yourself and also tell us, what is your favorite holiday tradition?
And I'm Kimmy from the Sugar Pearl, and my favorite Christmas tradition is decorating the Christmas tree.
Mine too, girl. Mine too.
The best.
Okay, are you just a white lights person? Are you what they calling a tacky Christmas?
No, tacky Christmas.
Me too.
I'm a full 90s tacky.
Yes. The more Christmas, the better.
Yes. Okay, and our last judge is one of my family members. This is Kaisa, and I knew she would be a great judge for our Santa Claus contest, and she is going to tell us her favorite Christmas memory.
Yes, I am. I was living in Idaho in snow country in about Christmas time, and because we had to take care of our animals, one of us had to stay home all the time. So I went to Washington, came back in 2 feet of snow, and I'm standing there and the dogs are all talking to me, but where is my husband? You know, he always greets me, and I hear kind of a little noise, and I look down, and there he is, standing in 2 feet of snow with only his boots on. But if you looked lower down, there was a big red bow. And I couldn't stop laughing, and he was freezing, and he says, "For crying out loud, stop laughing, I'm freezing to death." So that was a favorite Christmas.
That is a Christmas to remember, I would say. Thank you so much to all of our judges in helping us pick the Kris Kringle of Cowlitz County. So after the Santa Claus resume, we are going to jump into our questions for you gentlemen. Gabby, do you want to start with our first question?
Yes, okay. So Santa number 1, who is your favorite reindeer?
And why? Let's throw that in there too.
And why?
Well, most definitely, it's got to be Rudolph. Guides me all over the place. That bright red nose, nothing better.
I mean, iconic. Of course, iconic.
Okay, Santa number 2. How long does it take you to check your list?
Twice.
Well, I start in July, and I do the July parade, and I tell kids when I'm going through, they say, "Why is Santa here?" And I say, "I'm checking the list." So I start checking the list early, and I make sure that kids are being good, and they all, of course, tell me they are. And when they aren't, they hide, they run and hide and like get embarrassed. But you know, I have been checking the list. I'm always checking the list. To make sure that kids are being good and keeping an eye on them. So.
It's an ongoing duty, apparently, which makes sense. If you're going to make a list for all the kids in the world.
Yes. Do you have our next question?
We do. So Santa number 3, what is your favorite way to spread holiday cheer?
Just being out in the community, talking to the little kids, even when I'm not in the Santa suit. It's Christmas 24/7, 365. I love Christmas, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. You talk to people on the streets. It's about being a good human being and hoping that people are good back to everybody else.
That's right.
I love that.
Absolutely. Okay. Santa number 2, back to you. What is your favorite Christmas cookie?
Well, Mrs. Claus makes a really good, what do they call those? It's got chocolate chip and oatmeal, and it's called a monster cookie, I think. And I tell kids, I love all cookies. whatever they want to put out, Santa will eat them, not to worry. And a little bit of milk helps too. So Santa loves cookies. That's all there is to it. Right? Absolutely. That's why I look the way we do.
Okay, Santa number 1. What is your favorite part about Christmas?
My favorite part about Christmas is seeing all the families get together, enjoying each other. The presents are always nice, but visiting all the people at the events around the community and seeing people like the Santa number 2 was saying, be good people.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And our final question, Santa number 3. What do you like to do on December 26th?
On December 26th, that's holiday season. That's when you kick back, you can sit and have a margarita, and maybe even by that time you can get the reindeer and maybe head south and get some little warm weather. It's time to relax. We just have a good time. Me and Mrs. Claus can sit with the elves. Maybe if the elves are still feeling jolly and not too tired, go out and you have a snowball fight.
Fun. Love that.
Okay, and for our judges, we are going to ask each of you to do your best ho ho ho. Do we want to start with Santa number 1?
Yes, Santa number 1, give us your best ho ho ho.
And you guys can just pass the microphone right on down.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. I got a little bit of a problem there.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
I think all of us can say that all of these Santas are great members of our community and represent Christmas so well. We are so happy to have them here, and all of you are winners, let's be honest. But we will confer with the judges and award the Kris Kringle of Cowlitz County coming up next. Make sure you are also leaving your favorite Santa in the comments. All right, our scores have been tallied, and Gabby will be announcing the winner of our Santa Claus contest, who will be receiving the Santy Award. You've heard of an Emmy, you've heard of a Tony, an Oscar. This is a Santy. Gabby, go ahead and tell us the winner.
The winner of Cowlitz County's 2024 Favorite Santa is Santa number 2.
And here you are, Santa. Your sash.
Thank you.
All of the Santas are winners in our heart, of course.
Thank you so much. I wanted to say, I was telling these guys, I got this belt about 42 years ago, at the Highlander Festival. It's got the down of a thistle. And we all know that's in the song, and when I saw it, I had to have it. And I've been told that my belt is too thin, not wide enough. And I says, you know what? I do really well being a Santa with this belt, and it's held up all these years. And I am so thankful. This has been really great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you to all of our judges, and thank you to all of our Santas.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. And thank you all of you who watch Connections in Cowlitz. We will see you next time. And thank you to our sponsors, Serve Pro of Longview Kelso and the Mattress Superstore. We'll be back with you next time.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.